The Baltic Sea, once a symbol of cooperation and trade, is now a battleground. A new kind of conflict is brewing beneath its waves. This is not a war of warships and submarines, but a silent and insidious campaign of sabotage. Undersea cables, the vital arteries of the internet and energy grids, are being targeted. The attacks are increasing in frequency and boldness. Evidence points towards Russia, but proof remains elusive. Europe faces a chilling new threat, one that exploits its dependence on vulnerable undersea infrastructure. Since 2022, a string of suspicious incidents has plagued the Baltic Sea. Undersea cables have been severed, disrupting internet and communication networks. In December 2024, the Finnish authorities detained the oil tanker Eagle S. This vessel, suspected of involvement in cable cutting, was linked to Russia's shadowy Shadow Fleet. This incident, along with the mysterious severing of cables connecting Berlin and Helsinki, has put European nations on high alert. The attacks are no longer isolated incidents. They are becoming a disturbing pattern. The targets of this undersea sabotage are the critical infrastructure links of the digital age. Fiber optic cables carrying vast amounts of data crisscross the seabed. These cables are the backbone of the internet, facilitating global communication and commerce. Alongside them lie undersea power cables, transmitting electricity between countries. The Baltic Sea, with its relatively shallow waters, makes these cables easily accessible. The sabotage itself is often crude but effective. Anchors, intentionally dropped or dragged, can sever these vital lifelines. While the disruptions caused by these attacks have been minimal so far, the potential consequences of a coordinated and sustained campaign are dire. Imagine a Europe plunged into darkness. Power grids, crippled by severed undersea cables, fail to meet demand. Hospitals struggle to function, homes go cold. Simultaneously, the internet goes dark. Communication networks collapse. Financial transactions grind to a halt. The chaos and economic damage would be immeasurable. This is the nightmare scenario that Europe must now confront. While no smoking gun definitively links Moscow to these acts of sabotage, the finger of suspicion points firmly in its direction. Russia, facing international condemnation and sanctions for its actions in Ukraine, has a history of using unconventional warfare. Disrupting Europe's critical infrastructure serves several strategic goals. It sows fear and uncertainty among Western populations. It exposes the vulnerability of Europe's interconnected societies, and it demonstrates Russia's ability to inflict pain without resorting to overt military action. Faced with this growing threat, the European Union and NATO are scrambling to bolster their defenses. NATO has launched Operation Baltic Sentry, deploying warships, patrol planes, and underwater drones to monitor critical infrastructure. The EU is investing heavily in strengthening its undersea infrastructure, including laying spare cables and procuring specialized repair vessels. Individual countries are also taking action. Finland is integrating the protection of its energy infrastructure into its defense planning. Estonia and Lithuania are considering laws to allow them to intercept and board suspicious vessels in their exclusive economic zones. Detecting and repairing undersea cable damage is a complex and time-consuming process. Identifying the precise location of a cut can take days, even with specialized equipment. Repairing the damage requires highly skilled technicians and specialized vessels. The global fleet of cable repair ships is limited, and the demand for their services is high. This means that even minor damage can take weeks or even months to fully repair. Meanwhile, the economic and societal costs of disrupted internet and power connections continue to mount. The undersea sabotage in the Baltic Sea has sent ripples of unease across the globe. It highlights the vulnerability of critical infrastructure in an increasingly interconnected world. The incident has also strained relations between Russia and the West, further deepening the existing geopolitical divide. The United States, while expressing concern, has reportedly withdrawn from a joint effort with Europe to counter Russian sabotage, a move that has raised eyebrows among European allies. The future of undersea security remains uncertain. As long as tensions between Russia and the West persist, the threat of sabotage will likely remain. The international community must work together to develop new norms and mechanisms to protect critical undersea infrastructure. This includes strengthening international cooperation, investing in new technologies for detection and repair, and developing clear protocols for attribution and response. The silent battle beneath the waves is a stark reminder that in the 21st century, the front lines can be found even in the most unexpected places.